I'm a firm believer that if you can think it, you can do it. If you can't think it, you can hang it up, you can wrap it up. But if you can think it, you can do it. And if you can feel it, you'll mess around and do it on accident, man. The body follows the feeling. Think about it. Your feelings have a funny way of becoming your sense of I am. When you feel tired, you don't say I feel tired, you say I'm tired. When you feel down, when you feel depressed, you don't say I feel depressed, you say I'm depressed. But at the same time, when you feel confident, you say I'm confident. When you feel unstoppable, you say I'm unstoppable. When you feel sexy, you say I'm sexy. You see how your sense of self follows your feelings? So one of the things that I always teach my clients to do is to feel how they would feel if they already had the result they wanted. How would you feel if the business was already successful? How would you feel if the bank account was already full? How would you feel if you already had a waiting list and it was to the point where you were already having to turn customers away? And as we sit in that feeling, we designed the website, we set the pricing, we picked the colors, we picked the logo, we packaged the stuff. Because when you feel like it'll be good one day, but it's not there yet, and you designing your website, but it's from this feeling of I'm not there yet, people can feel that when they on your website. The mindset that you create in is that's going to be the energy in the final result. So why would you wait on the result to sit in the energy when you could sit in the energy and create the result from there? Does that make sense? When I work with professional athletes, I always tell my athletes, you don't get a trophy and then become a champion. No, that's backwards. What happens is you become a champion. And when you become a champion, you're going to accidentally start eating different. You're going to accidentally start training different. You're going to accidentally start showing up early and leaving late because that's what champions do. And you know what else champions do? Collect trophies. But if you wait on the trophy to start doing the things that the champion do, you never get the trophy. Become a champion now. As humans, man, this frontal lobe, this thing is powerful. When you watch a scary movie, you ain't got to try to feel scared. Just watch the movie. If you watch a sad movie, you ain't got to try to get sad. Just watch the movie. If you get crystal clear about what the goal is and you put your attention on it and start focusing on it, you don't got to try to feel motivated. You'll start feeling motivated on accident. Same way when you focus on what you don't want, you don't got to try to feel down. You don't got to try to feel depressed. You don't got to try to feel anxious. That's the natural result of focusing on what you don't want. And a lot of times people think that they have like an anxiety problem when what they really got is a focus problem. They got to let my mind do whatever the hell it wants to do problem. You got to understand that your mind is not you. Your mind is a tool that works for you. And you got to stop letting your mind run the show. You got to get in the habits, telling your thoughts what to think and telling your feelings what to feel. Stop letting your mind bully you. You got to look at your mind like you look at your child. You got to look at your mind like you look at your kids. You got to look at your mind if you got like a staff. You got to look at your mind the way you look at your staff. You got to look at your mind the way you look at your employees. I wasn't asking you, did you feel like abiding by the dress code? This is the dress code at this company. I wasn't asking you, do you feel like upholding these core values? These are the core values of this company. Get with it or get lost. You got to start telling your mind this is where we headed. And a lot of the mistake that I see a lot of people make is they tell the mind what not to do. You can't tell the mind what not to do. You got to tell it what to do. Like if I say, hey guys, don't think about a pink elephant. Whatever. Hey, I'm serious. Do not think about a pink elephant. What's the first thing you do when I tell you not to think about a pink elephant? You think about a pink elephant. If I go home and I tell my girlfriend, I say, hey, baby, don't get mad. She can go, well, Jay, what are you about to say that I need to not get mad at? What did you do for me to, you don't know how to not get mad. But you got to keep that in mind when you tell you, say, hey, don't screw this up. Don't go in here and screw this up. Don't go in here with bad body. No, what to do. Hey, I'm finna walk in this room, my shoulders back, my chest out, and my chin up. I'm finna walk in this room like I already got the result. How would I walk into this room if I was already on a roll? How would I walk into this room if I was already winning? What would my voice sound like? What would my body language be like? How would I dress if I was already him? If I was already the best hypnotist in the world, how would I approach this conversation? If I was already world renowned, how would my content look? And you start doing that right here, right now. Stop feeling like you gotta earn permission. You ain't gotta earn permission. You gotta just step into the identity. You got to become the version of yourself that already has it. And when you become that version of yourself, reality has no choice but to catch up. Stop waiting on people to agree with you. Stop waiting on other people to buy in. Like you got to know that it's good already. It's like, when people like message me, but hey man, you're not gonna believe this. I listened to the so and so and it changed my life. I knew it. I know it's a good video. That's why I put it on YouTube. I wouldn't put it on YouTube if I didn't think it. Thank you. Like it's not like an arrogant like I don't like I appreciate when people tell me that the work is good, but I'm always like go on our review page and tell them I know it's good. I wouldn't have put it out if I didn't think it was good. I know it's good. Thank you. Appreciate you, but it's and that's how I gotta be when you manifest it, right? Like a few weeks ago, it might even been a month ago, 2 months ago, I don't know how long it's been, but sometime in the not too recent in the not too distant past, I got recognized as the #1 hypnotist in Dallas. And it felt good to be recognized, but it was a part of me like we knew that already. Nice of y'all to join the party, but I know what I put into this. I know the effort, I know the time, I know the money I spend, the places I go and to go get this information. I know it ain't possible that nobody's outworking me in what I do. I know it's not possible that nobody loves what I do more than I love. This is what I wanted to do since I was 13 years old. So when they recognize me as the #1 hypnotist in Dallas, it's like appreciate you, but I knew that already. And that's what manifesting really is about. When the bank account finally catch up to that number that you want to see, you be like, yo, it's good to see that, but I already knew I was rich. When the scale finally catch up to that number you got in your head, it's nice to see it on the scale, but I already knew I was sick. I'm not waiting on the scale to give me permission to feel good. I'm not waiting on a bank account to give me permission to feel good. I'm not waiting on other people to clout to give me permission to feel good. But guess what? When I sit in that feeling, they're gonna end up clapping anyway. When I sit in that feeling, the number on the scale is gonna show up anyway. When I sit in that feeling, everything that I'm waiting, once you stop waiting, the stuff gonna show up. You gotta understand reality always takes time to catch up to what's going on in here. Okay? If I go plant if somebody gets pregnant right now in this second, we understand that they're not gonna have a baby for roughly 9 months. When you pregnant with a vision, you got to understand the business might not look the way you want it to look tomorrow. It might not look the way you want it to look 3 weeks from now. It might not even look the way you want it to look a year from now. But if you just stay pregnant, the business is gonna grow inside of you, and when it's ready, ready or not, they can cut it out. You can push it out, but it's going to come. But if you abort the business through self-doubt and watching the news and taking in all this back, if you kill the business inside of you, of course you don't ever give birth to it. It's gonna be stillborn. You had a stillborn business. Stop killing your business based on what they talking about on the news. Stop killing your ideas based on what you see on this app. If you could think it, you could do it. If you could feel it, you'll do it on accident. Your only limit in life is your own imagination. Say that. I want us to put that in the first person, because when I say it, you might get it. But if it come out of your mouth, it's gonna connect to your neurology in a whole new way. Say, if I can think it, I can do it, and if I can feel it, I'll do it on accident. Think about it. When you pissed off, you don't gotta try to do pissed off. You will accidentally do pissed off when you feel pissed off, right? You accidentally slam the door. You accidentally say small remarks and talk to people a certain way. You accidentally do pissed off when you feel pissed off. When you feel sad, you don't got to try to do sad. You accidentally do sad when you feel sad. Imagine what happened if right now you start feeling confident. People try to do body language and poses to get into confidence. If you just get into confidence, you'll accidentally put your shoulders back, your chest out, and chin up. Stop trying to change so I always tell my clients, you don't use willpower to change behavior. You use willpower to change how you feel. You use willpower to change what you focus on, what you think about, and how you feel. And when you change what you think about, what you focus on, and how you feel, you'll accidentally do different stuff. Like when people come in here and they want to do stuff like quit smoking, I don't make them quit smoking. I change the way they feel about cigarettes. Right now, you feel like cigarettes help you relax. Right now, you feel like cigarettes give you something to do when you're bored. Right now, it's a part of you to think cigarettes make you look cool. Don't know where you got that from, but it's a part of you that believes that, probably because you started when you were like 13 or 14 and you were trying to look cool with your friends. There's a part of you that believes that cigarettes do something positive for you. So of course you reach for cigarettes when you believe they do something positive to you. I don't got to change your behavior. If I just change how you feel about cigarettes, I accidentally change how you behave. So when you sucking cancer out of a straw and calling it a cigarette, what are you thinking about? No, that new imagery. You're like, wait, sucking cancer out of a now we just created a new subconscious image of what that cigarette represents, and we finna water it for an hour. You're not gonna pick up another cigarette after we do that. I quit smoking via hypnosis. Hypnosis work. I 100% support what you're doing. Hypnosis is an amazing tool, and the thing about it is people using hypnosis whether they know it or not. If I call you out of your name, if I call you the B word and you get offended, I just hypnotize you. I said something, you processed it, and as a result of what I said, you in a different state. That's hypnosis. If I tell you a joke and you laugh, hypnosis. I said something, you processed it, and as a result of what I said, you're in a different state. That's hypnosis. If I give you flowers and you say, "Oh, you made my day," that's hypnosis. I did something, you processed it, you feel different. Like, so I always find it funny when people go, "Man, you can't hypnotize me." Okay. If people who haven't even studied hypnosis can hypnotize you, if somebody can call you out of your name and ruin your day, if somebody can cut you off in traffic and get you in a different mood, if somebody can make a sly remark and change how you boy, you don't stand a chance with me. Like, people are what we call hyper. So all animals are suggestible. That's why you could train dogs. That's why you could train. All animals are suggestible. But the more intelligent the animal, the more suggestible they are. The more intelligent the animal, the more suggestible they are. So with humans being really, really, really intelligent, you're hyper suggestible. And if you aren't suggestible, that's a problem. That plays into your intelligence. That don't got nothing to do with my ability as a hypnotist. That plays into your intelligence. You can't pick up on patterns. Now, it's one thing if you choosing not to be hypnotized and it's not working. That's one thing. But if you want to do it and you can't, we got a problem. We got to slow down and figure out what's going on in your neurology. Is it a chemical imbalance? Is it just not understand what's going on? Is something off? I look at it like a doctor checking your reflexes. The doctor isn't doing anything magical. He just knows that if he taps your knee in a certain spot, there should be a certain response. And if he tap your knee and he doesn't get that response, he go, "Wow, something is wrong." Now we got now we got to do X-rays. Now we got to go figure out what's wrong. If we sit down and I walk you through this thing where we say, "Hey, imagine walking in your kitchen and grabbing this lemon." I want you to actually imagine holding that lemon. I want you to notice the yellow color and how the light reflects off of the yellow. And I want you to sit that lemon on your counter. And I want you to imagine grabbing the sharpest knife in your kitchen. I want you to see that knife. I want you to imagine feeling the weight of that knife in your hand. I want you to cut that lemon. And as you cut the lemon, I want you to see the juice rolling off the lemon. Nod your head when you can imagine it. You go, "Yeah." Now I want you to imagine picking up one of those wedges that you just cut, and I want you to look at it. And I want you to squeeze it a little bit. And I want you to notice that juice rolling down your hand. Do that with me now. All right, now in a moment, I'm gonna count from 1 to 3. And when I say 3, you're gonna imagine taking a big bite out of that lemon. 1, 2, 3. Your mouth is watering. It doesn't, and if your mouth isn't watering, we gotta slow down and go, why is that? If you can't watch a scary movie and get scared, we got to go, why is that? That's all hypnosis is. A hypnotist is a person who knows how to use your natural suggestibility to reach a particular end. Now, the tool hypnosis is very neutral. But a lot of hypnotists say, "Oh, hypnosis isn't bad." It can be. Hypnosis within itself isn't good or bad. Hypnosis is a tool. Now, how you use the tool, that has to do with the person using the tool. So I'll never sit here and tell you that hypnosis can't be used for bad. It definitely can be. But it can also be used to change life. It can help you quit smoking. It can help you lose weight. It can help you be a better speaker. It can help you stop stuttering. It can help you taste the sourness of the lemon. And I didn't even put you in a trance. I just described it. I didn't do a hypnotic induction. I didn't open your critical mind. That's your natural ability as a human. A lot of times people come in my office, they don't even get it. I got a recliner over here. A lot of times people end up standing in this chair right beside me and we just talk. But as we talk, I start changing the way that they think. I start changing the meaning that they assign to things. What made me want to use it for entrepreneurship? Because I'm a serial entrepreneur and I love entrepreneurship. And when I'm working with hypnotists, it don't feel like work. Oh yeah, hypnosis can definitely be used to stop stuttering. Usually stuttering is a protective mechanism. You love cereal? Me too, man. Usually stuttering is a defense mechanism. Like maybe you grew up in a house where abuse was common. Not saying this is what happened, but just giving an example of how it could happen. You grew up in a house where abuse was prevalent, and you realize that if you start stuttering or doing things, dad would stop hitting mom and come tend to you. So it's stuff like that. You realize if I stuttered in class, the teacher wouldn't call on me to read out loud. So it's usually like some type of secondary gain attached to stuttering. So if we get you in a light trance, take you back into that, not into that moment because we don't want to associate with it, but from a disassociated point of view, you can go back to that moment, assign a new meaning to that moment. Now you no longer have that thing to defend, so you no longer have the need to stutter. Does that make sense? Yeah. I actually can't imagine to see that stuff like a lemon example. I have the hypnosis, I have it. So everybody imagines different. And that's why when I do hypnosis, especially like videos I put on YouTube and stuff, I don't say visualize. I don't say see this. I say imagine. Because everybody has their own way of imagining, right? Some people might see it vividly. Some people actually can see like moving images. Some people hear it. Some people don't see it or hear it, but they get a sense that it's over there. Something is going on neurologically. If I say cat, you have some type of internal representation of cat. Maybe you see it, maybe you just know that it's there, maybe you hear it, maybe you feel it, but you got some type of internal representation of cat. And that's all we need. You don't got to see it vividly. Let's see, let's scroll up. We missed a few of these comments. Give me a second. Let's see stuff. How can I hypnotize my clients to purchase my product? Well, the first thing you do is you find people who want to purchase your product. That's the easiest thing to do. Understand that as entrepreneurs, we solve problems. And it's 8 billion people in the world, and a large percent of them have the problem that you solve. So me personally, I'm not going to go looking for people that I got to convince to buy what I sell. I'm going to put what I sell in front of people who going, wait, where have you been my whole life? You can help me quit stuttering. You can help me be a better entrepreneur. You can help me make more. Where have you been all my life? And they want to give me their money. That's how I approach it. I don't got time to convince people. In fact, I'm not doing no convincing until you pay me. I do the convincing after you pay me. So that's the first thing to do. But I feel like by the time we get customer facing with clients, like by the time you sit in a consultation with me, you should already be sold. I use YouTube for selling. I use TikTok for selling. I use my blogs for selling. When I go out and give talks, the stuff that I see out there, we do the selling in there. By the time we step into my office, you should already be convinced. And if not, I got to ask myself, what is the message in my content? How do I get in contact with someone to help me with my stuttering? I feel it holds me back. If you go to the link in my bio, you can schedule a consultation with me and we could talk about it. You waiting on your turn? Your turn for what, KMTV? But there are like different techniques and things that you can use. D, what industry are you in? So we can get a little specific. Let's talk. Because we do teach this thing called hypnotic sales. Insurance, life insurance, car insurance, health insurance. Yes, TMR, I am a hypnotist. Life and health. Okay, so you are selling something that people already need. I wouldn't even sell it to it. I would do educational content. I would do a bunch of educational content and and telling about successful stories and telling about payouts that clients of mine had, or telling about situations that came up when people didn't have insurance. So people don't like being told what to do. Even as hypnotists, we don't give orders. We give what's called hypnotic suggestions. Okay, like imagine if you sitting in my office and for whatever reason I don't like your jacket. I say, D, take your jacket off. You know what I'm saying? You take your jacket off. Who are you to tell me to take your jacket off? I mean, who are you to tell me to take my jacket off? But imagine if I go to my thermostat and I put it on 80 degrees and I just sit back and wait. Before too long, you're gonna feel like taking your jacket off. I still got the result I wanted, but not by telling you to do it, just create an environment where it made sense for you to do it. Your job is not to sell them insurance. Your job is create an environment where they say, damn, I need insurance. D sells insurance. Does that make sense? When you try to sell people, you automatically take them out of buy mode. People love buying things. People love buying things. Forget what they say. People love spending money. When my girl go in Target, it's not a Target employee saying, hey, have you got tissue paper? Hey, have you got napkins? Hey, we got these cute things you can hang on the wall. She's in Target. She's got, ooh, this will look cute right there. Ooh, we need this. People like to buy things. Your job is to position it where they can see it and not say, hey, buy this. Just put the value where they can see it. Now, it's their job to say, hey, that'll be useful in my life. So it's your job to make content and say things like, "Hey, did you know for $19.99 a month, if you're between this age and this age, and you're at a relatively healthy weight, did you know for only $19 a month, you can get $1 million of coverage? That means when you die, your babies get $1 million. And you're going to die one day. I hate to tell you, but you're going to die one day. Did you know for only $19 a month, you can get $1 million of coverage? Think about that. What if your parents had $1 million of coverage? What if your great-grandparents had $1 million of coverage? What would your family look like right now? If you want to know more about that, schedule a consultation with me. Let's talk about it. Free of charge, no obligations. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Now, if you put in like, so we got to look at it. Like, I hate when people complain about like the TikTok 200 view jail. Let's do some basic math. If you post 3 times a day and you get 200 views, that's 600 eyeballs a day. 4,200 eyeballs a week. Over 18,000 eyeballs a month. If you making videos like that and put it in front of 18,000 sets of eyeballs a month, you don't think you're going to get at least 10 consultations? Like 10, like if 1% would be 180 consultations. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, so don't sell, just put a whole bunch of valuable information where your people can see. The time that you're going to spend trying to convince people who not interested in insurance to buy insurance, it's people out there already in the back of their mind, like, I need insurance. I just saw on Facebook a dude I went to high school with died. Dang, I need some type of insurance. It's people right now. What about feeling ugly? That's another problem that we can make it up. Are you a model or an insurance salesman? Let's put this. Let's change the way you feel about it. Are you a model or an insurance salesman? Let's put this shit in perspective. Like, now, if you want to be a model, we'll okay. Which one you want to use to pay your mortgage and your bills? And I really want you to think about that. You want to do both? And now, if you want to do both, it's possible. I mean, you can do both, but what do you want? Because when I asked you what you do, you told me you sell insurance. You told me you didn't say I model and sell insurance. That's not what you said. So this is just me talking, and I could be wrong. But what I'm hearing is the old self, the old identity, is fighting this new idea that you're getting ready to embrace. We call it homeostasis. When you get too hot, you don't got to try to sweat. When you get too cold, you don't got to try to shiver. Your body wants you to stay the same. Your body don't want you to make more money. your body wants you to keep doing what you've been doing. Your body don't want you to drive a better car and live in a better house and have a different outcome and new friends. Your body wants you to keep doing what you've been doing because that's proven to be safe. The subconscious mind considers familiar safe. So when you start to introduce unfamiliar, the old self comes in and tries to fight it away. It tries to distract you. Lean into that new thought. But you could definitely do what we're talking about. How do you advertise to your niche? Not necessarily spin, but speak to your niche. So first off, you got to identify them. Do you know who they are? And once you know who they are, it's like talking to a person. Do you got like avatars? Like, have you taken the time to say, this is Jennifer. Jennifer's 40. She has 2 kids and a dog, and she's a stay-at-home mom. Her husband is a doctor. And now it's as simple as if I'm talking to a person in front of me, I might go, Jennifer probably don't want to talk about boxing. Jennifer probably don't want to talk about this. Now I'm finna have a conversation with Jennifer. Then I make content based off that conversation with Jennifer. That makes sense. So get an actual like avatar in mind. Don't see your audience as these people who spread around out there. Get you 1 to 3, no more than 3 people. Like with my cleaning company, I haven't had it in so long, but I knew that my customer were 42-year-old white women that were stay-at-home moms. They didn't necessarily need help cleaning, but their neighbors had cleaners and they wanted cleaners. That was the audience. So I would run campaigns like less cleaning, more wine. Do I care about wine and clean? No, but my target audience, these white women in their 40s, they love wine and they don't, so less cleaning, more wine. They would see that and they would click on it. So put your people in avatars and talk, have conversations with the avatars, and let your content spew from there. And another good way to do it is questions that you get asked. Like most of the videos you see on my page, they're questions that I got asked, either in a live or by a client. They're questions that came up. Put myself in the right state of mind. NLP. We do a lot of NLP around here. We bake it right into everything we do. If you're fluent in NLP and you watch back this live, you're going to see so much NLP. You're going to see so much anchoring and reframing. I've just embedded NLP right into my everyday language. So when people go, don't hypnotize me, I go, you better quit talking to me. Manifesting 100 sales on your chat. You asking me how to manifest 100 sales on the chat, or you make it, what is, that's a question or a statement? What's going on, Pretty Brown? How you doing? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Manifest destiny. So, like, guys, so what we got to understand about manifesting is, like, when you look up the word manifest, oh, you wishing that on my chat? Appreciate you. But when you look at the word manifest means to make obvious to the mind. That's what it means. It don't mean to hope for. It doesn't mean to wish for. It means to make obvious to the eye or the mind. So you always got to be asking yourself, what am I making obvious to my mind? Am I making it obvious to my mind that the eggs are too expensive and the gas is too much and the government is doing this? If that's what's obvious to your mind, that's what you're gonna manifest. But you got to start making things obvious to your mind that align with where you want to go. Like, it's obvious to my mind that the information we talk about is valuable. It's obvious to my mind that there's already people out there who need the exact thing that I offer. It's obvious to my mind that there's people out there who have mentally hired me and I don't even know they exist yet. They've seen the YouTube videos and they just getting their funds together. They've seen the TikTok videos and they just getting their fun. It's so many people out there that want to work with me that it would overwhelm me if they all showed up at once. Now, if I continue to make those types of things obvious to my mind, if I continue to practice those types of beliefs, I'm gonna accidentally put money in the bank account. I'm gonna accidentally make really good content because of the things I'm making it obvious to my mind. So a lot of times it's hard to make the big end goal obvious to your mind, but ask yourself, what are the little things that I can start making obvious to my mind right now that'll make me accidentally start to show up different? And as you accidentally start showing up different and you start getting proof, so you start going, wait, this is working. Wait, this is picking up momentum. Well, okay, now you can see a trajectory. Like, I was doing a live, this is probably a few months ago, and a guy in the comments was going, well, if you know all of this, why aren't you a millionaire yet? And I just had to tell, like, listen, if I keep doing what I'm doing, because money is flowing, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, millionaire is inevitable. If I keep showing up like I'm showing up, if I keep pushing out content the way that I'm pushing out content, if I keep working with the type of clients that I'm working with, and keep networking the way that I'm networking, keep getting invited to the rooms, it's not here yet. But why would I get distracted by the fact when it's not here yet when I'm clearly on the trajectory? And that's the mistake that a lot of people make when manifesting. They confuse not here yet with not happening. They confuse not finished with not happening at all. That's not how it's not how it works. It's like if a woman is pregnant with a baby and you go, well, I don't see a baby. I don't hear a baby. I haven't seen you change any diaper. It's inside of her. You can't see it, but she feels it kicking. She feels her appetite change. She feels her hormones change. It's growing inside of her. How do you feel rich? Well, first off, how do you feel rich? It depends on what rich means to you. But me, rich is more connected to freedom than money, right? But I feel rich because when I walk in my closet in the morning, I got over 20 shirts I could pick from. I got several pair of pants I could pick from. I got several pair of shoes that I could pick from. I got a car to get in and drive. I got places to go. I'm rich, especially in a country like America. You got to realize, if you zoom out and look at the grand scheme of things, you're richer than you know. You got to change what you count. If there's a lack of money, don't stop looking for your money and riches. The money hasn't caught up yet. Start looking. Do you got people in your life that love you? Do you got people in your life that care about you? Do you got a roof over your head? Do you got money to put sustenance in you? Can you eat today? Even if it's not steak and lobster, can you eat today? Would you say gratitude? Gratitude is great, but forced gratitude does more harm than good. And D, that's a person by person question. If you ask 10 people what it means to be rich, you're gonna get 10 different answers. So that's why, like, whenever I first start working with somebody, I want to do a 2-hour session with them because I want to spend an hour just picking their brain and learning what makes them tick. So that's something that you got to ask for you. But once you define that for yourself, then you got to do the work of finding evidence to support it and understand that your brain believes what you tell it. And your subconscious mind runs off feeling and emotion. Your conscious mind that only controls 2% of your thinking ability runs off logic, reason, analysis, willpower, and decision making. But the bigger part of you is controlled by feeling and emotion. What's something difficult you go through and use hypnosis to get yourself out of? Man, several things. Are you talking to a black dude from the projects with no dad that grew up and built several businesses and things? So first thing I use, like one of the earliest things I use hypnosis for in my life is developing unshakable confidence. Unshakable, non-deniable. I can walk into any room, my shoulders back and my chest down and my chin up. I don't care if Barack Obama's in that room. I don't care if Steve Jobs is dead, so hopefully he's not in that room. But I guess he can come if he wants to. I don't care who's in that room. I can walk in that room with unshakable confidence. I can stand on any stage with unshakable confidence. I don't care who's there. I don't care if it's Warren Buffett. I can walk into any room with unshakable confidence. That's one of the first things that I use hypnosis to do. I use hypnosis so much, man. I use hypnosis to potty train my children. Like, so you got to understand the way that I see hypnosis. I see hypnosis as something that's continually going on. People ask me like, hey, do you hypnotize your girlfriend? Absolutely. And she returns the favor. I'm not going to be with nobody who can't hypnotize me. Like one time my friend asked me, he was like, hey man, do you ever use hypnosis to get women to, I said, hey, Zach. I didn't mean to say his name. I said, hey, Zach, please don't tell me you out here like being intimate with women without using hypnosis. That's the definition of sexual assault. Foreplay is hypnosis. Getting like agreement, like, hey, do you want to? That's hypnosis. If you skip that part, that's sexual assault. You gotta use hypnosis, man. Like, so it's such a loaded question because hypnosis is in everything. If I go to a restaurant, I'm saying, oh man, D, you gotta try this restaurant. The steak, man, the knife just fall through it. The music, the scenery, bro, it's amazing. And you decide to go eat at that restaurant, I just hypnotize you. Like it's the same. That's hypnosis. So I'm using it I'm using it to potty train my children. I'm using it to discipline my children. If me and my partner have a disagreement or even just a conversation, even if we're agreeing, it's hypnosis. Just like manipulation and manipulation. So when you look up the word manipulate means to handle skillfully. That's what it means to manipulate. My partner manipulates me and I return the favor. If I go home and my partner is in a bad mood, and I say, come here, babe, let me rub your back. What's going on? Let's talk about it. And she go, thank you. I feel so much better. I just manipulated her. If I got this idea for a book and I've been talking about it and talk about it, talk about it, and she say, the man that I know, the man that I fell in love with would have been wrote that book. What you waiting on, baby? Clear your schedule for the weekend and work on that damn book. You got this. I'm going, you're right, baby. I'm finna go work on that. She just manipulated me. She's handling me skillfully. Like, so people in my inner circle, to be in my inner circle, manipulation is a requirement. You're not gonna be in my inner circle if you don't handle me with skill. That's a require. You gotta handle me with skill to be in my inner circle. Now you could be in the outer circle, but the people in my inner circle, they manipulate me daily. They go, wait, he don't seem like himself. You okay? What's going on? You need to talk. Yes, I want them to manipulate me, and I return the favor. So it's not so much manipulation; it's the intention behind the manipulation. What's going on, Niche? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. We got to plug up the phone before we die. Not before we die, before the phone. That'd be crazy. What if every time your phone died, you died too? Well, I guess it wouldn't happen but once. What's going on? I am Dante. It was a lot of comments moving in here earlier. Did I miss anybody's question or anything? Just I don't think so. I did a quick scroll up. I don't think I missed anybody's question. I think we smoothed it. I think we smooth selling. But yeah, man, if you could think it, you could do it. Now, if you can't think it, you can give up. You're not gonna do it. But if you could think it, if you could put your attention on it, if you could put your mind on it, you'll do it on accident. Your only limit in life is your own imagination. That's your only limit in life. What's going on, actress, producer? What's up? How you doing? Welcome to the live. Another time that I used hypnosis that I just thought about, D. So during COVID, our cleaning company took a huge dip in sales. Like we went from making $20,000 a month easy. Like that was probably a slow month to making no money at all because all our clients fired us. And at first I was what I would call hypnotized by the problem. This isn't fair. Why are they showing all this stuff on the news and scaring people and causing outrage? I was hypnotized by the problem. So I had to get hypnotized by the solution. What do I want? That's such a powerful question. When you going through something, asking you'll stop taking a second to say, what would I rather have? Now, when you pissed off and annoyed and hypnotized by the problem, that question is probably going to piss you off. But it's okay. You're a big boy. You can be pissed off for a little while. I promise you won't die. Not as a result of being pissed off. So what would I rather? I'd rather have my cleaning company thrive, and I'd rather have work for my employees to do. I got single moms who work for me. I want them to be able to feed their kids. I want them to be able to put food on the table. I want to be number one. I like winning. I like making money. As I started getting hypnotized by the solution, idea jumped into my head. Stop marketing the cleaning company as a luxury cleaning service. Start marketing the cleaning company as a disinfectant service. Stop trying to sell people luxury cleaning when they're scared and paranoid and anxious, and put a disinfectant service where they can see it overnight. We back in business, baby. We got a waiting list 2 months out. I'm hiring people on the spot just to try to keep up with the demand. Now, I could have came up with that idea a month ago, but I was hypnotized by the problem. And I always tell this to hypnotists. A lot of times, your job as a hypnotist is not so much to hypnotize people, it's to dehypnotize them. 1, 2, 3, wide awake. You weren't born addicted to nicotine. You weren't born with social anxiety. A baby only has 2 fears, a fear of falling and a fear of loud noises. That's the only 2 ways to scare a baby. You could put a baby on the stage in front of 10,000 people, that baby isn't going to get nervous. You could talk to the baby about COVID and about recessions, and the baby isn't going to get nervous. Any fear that you have outside of falling and loud noises is a fear that you learned between the ages of 0 and 8. And if you can learn it, you can unlearn it. So your job as a hypnotist is not to so much hypnotize them, it's to remind them of who they are. Think about all the stuff you learn in your first 2 years of life. You learn how to walk, you learn how to talk, you learn how to read facial expressions. You learn that's mom, that's dad, that's my cousin, that's our dog. If you put a baby in a house where people speak 10 languages, that baby will learn all 10 of those languages. Nobody has to sit down and teach the baby the languages. The baby is going to learn the languages through osmosis, just by being in the house. And that's still you. That version of you is still there. Now we got to just 1, 2, 3, wide awake. You're a powerful learner. You can learn anything. You can retain things. You got to start telling yourself a different story. And oftentimes, that's our job as a hypnotist. Say 1, 2, 3, wide awake. Now that you're awake, you're going to accidentally put those cigarettes down. 1, 2, 3 is NLP. I don't understand the question. So NLP is just like a collection of models that work. You got the Milton model. You got the meta model. You got all of these as a program to remember. That's all NLP is. It's a stack of techniques that are tried and tested and they work. And as time go on, some of them get disproven. But the amazing thing about hypnosis, and I always tell this to hypnotists too, it don't got to be true. It just got to be believable. The subconscious mind has never cared about facts. Most of the stuff holding people back isn't true. Okay, cool. NLP is an amazing tool. What's going on, Francisco? What is up? But you got to use NLP to start going live, start pushing out that content, man. You got to do some reframing. You got to set some anchors. You got to use it. I was talking. Who was I talking to? Oh, I was batch creating some content the other day, and one of the videos that I'm going to be dropping eventually, it talks about how I know a lot of really talented hypnotists, like amazing hypnotists, it's like suffer from things like I'm afraid to push myself. I'm afraid to get out there. And it blows my mind. I'm like, you're a freaking hip. Like use the tools. Like it's one thing, like to know the tool is not the same thing as using the tool. Like you should be your primary client. I work on me every day. I'm my first client of the day every day. I'm not getting out of the bed without using what I know on myself. I would look absolutely crazy trying to use what I know on you and I haven't used it on me yet. That's ridiculous. You use the tools. It's one thing to know it. Like I know a lot of people that know all of the theory. Use it. Put it in practice. What's going on, Candace? Put it in practice. That's when it works best. Then you become your own walking commercial. You don't got to sell it. You just show up. People say, man, I want unshakable confidence. I want those results. I want my. Use what you know and you become a walking commercial for what you sell. Now, if you got a product that you're not using, why the hell would I buy it? That's crazy. You use the product. What else we got, y'all? What's up, winner? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. D, where you located at, man? You're not in the Dallas area, are you? We got an event going on December 27th. If you're in the Dallas area, pull up, man. Even if you're not in the Dallas area, you got time to make arrangements and fly out. Oh, you just left Dallas last week? You just missed us. But if you was here last week, that means you know how to get here, clearly. Come back, December 27th. If you go to the link in my bio, you can see the details for the event. And y'all, other people can come too. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's a high ticket event. It's an investment to be in the event, but we only allowing 10 people in the room. It's gonna be something crazy. It's going to be something crazy. What's going on, Lord? Selma, how you doing? Welcome to the live. But that's why we talking about it in, what's this, August? So people have time to, how much for the tickets? The general admission tickets are $750. December 27th. It's the last Saturday of the year. And we're going to help people shake off everything from 2025 going to 2026 with unshakable confidence. Walking in any room with your shoulders back, your chest out, chin up, feeling creative and innovative. And I'm only letting 10 people come because I'm getting real hands-on with the people there. I'm not just giving speeches. We asking questions. What's holding you back? What's stopping you from, like you was talking about, the fear of going live and making content? Let's fix it on the spot. Anybody else got the same problem? Come sit beside D. Both of y'all take a deep breath in, shake my hand, sleep all the way down. You can sit on any stage. Like we working on everything. So you got general admission is $750. A step up from general admission is $2,500. That comes with 4 sessions for you to use throughout the year and a hypnosis recording about whatever you want. You get to pick. Then on top of that, we got a package for $7,500. For $7,500, you get to come to the event and work with me for a full year. And you get unlimited access to me through Voxer Monday through Friday and all sorts of other perks on the $7,500. But those are the 3 tiers. $750 for the general, $2,500 is that'll probably be the most popular package. Then $7,500. I'm probably only gonna allow 2 people to buy that $7,500 package. I can't have 10 people having unlimited access to me. That'll burn me out. What's going on, Krista? So we only gonna allow no more than 2 people to purchase those. Those will come off the market the instant we sell 2 of those. What's going on, Ken? But the link for it is in the bio. What's going on, Queen B? I don't. My mouth was not. It was mouthing. It just wasn't doing it correctly. What's going on, Ken Loves Music? I think I spoke to you, but I'm not sure. I'd rather speak to you twice than not at all. What is up? What is up? What is up? What's up, the angry? What is up? What is up? But yeah, man. Any questions, man? Any questions, comments, concerns, anything at all? I got a session coming up at 1:30, but until then, we cool. For sure, man. Hey, do yourself a favor. Take you about 5 minutes to sit in the mindset of it's already done. Like, how would I feel if I closed everybody I talked to today? How would I feel if everybody I talked to today sent 3 of their closest friends and they had already did the selling for me and show up to the meeting already feeling like that. Yeah, show up to the meeting already feeling that way. That's how you magnetize it, man. What's going on, Miss Terry? How you doing? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. What the rest of y'all got going on, man? Oh yeah, referrals is where the bread is, man. I got professional athletes on the calendar through referrals, man. You need your brain rewired to do what? What you need rewired about it? Some of my first professional athletes came through referrals. It was this lady I had quit smoking, and she just so happened to have an end to the Dallas Cowboys. And once that door opened, it just kept feeding stuff in. Referrals is where it's at, man. Yeah, if you just take really good care of people, you don't even gotta ask. It's implied in the service. Imposter syndrome. Okay. If you woke up tomorrow and it was gone, how would you know? How would you know? And imposter syndrome, that's just our old friend homeostasis. Your body wants you to stay the same. If you get too hot, it's going to sweat to try to cool off. If you get too cold, it's going to shiver to try to warm back up. If you start making more money than you ever made before, it's going to start throwing thoughts in there to try to bring you back down to where it's used to you being. That's all imposter syndrome is. It's your subconscious mind wanting to stay the same. It's what we call hypnotic rhythm. I would be on TikTok doing live videos. It's the making more money thing. Okay. You'll be on TikTok making more videos. And how would you be showing up for those videos? What's going on, PI? Thanks for the follow. Just from listening. And it's about continuing to immerse yourself and expose yourself to them from repetition and emotion. Those are 2 tools. I'd be enthusiastic. What else would you be feeling? You'd be enthusiastic. What else? Keep going. Give me another 4 emotions. What's going on, Jesus? Or is it Jesus? Either way, hey, welcome. Enthusiastic, accomplished. What else? Give me more. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Enthusiastic, accomplished. What else we got? Connected to my purpose fully. Okay. So let me ask you this. Before that result happens, do you think you can practice feeling enthusiastic, accomplished, and connected to your purpose right now and sharing your message? Like, forget about TikTok for a second. Is it anything stopping you from feeling enthusiastic right now? What's stopping you from feeling? Hold on. I got to remember. Did I ask you, is it anything stopping you, or did I ask you, could you do it? I don't remember which one I asked you. But I'm just asking you again. We're going to start fresh. Is it possible for you to feel all of those emotions right now? Yes? Okay. So forget about TikTok. I want you to start feeling those emotions. And when you find yourself feeling enthusiastic, accomplished, and connected to your purpose and sharing your message, guess what's going to happen? You're going to accidentally get on TikTok. Stop waiting on the thing out there to give you permission to control what's going on in here. You are not a thermometer. You are a projector. You're not the thermometer. You the thermostat. So you don't wait on it to heat up to move the dial. You move the dial and cause it to heat up. The dial are your emotions. Is this metaphor making sense? You're not a thermometer, you're a thermostat. Set the temperature. And when you set the temperature, everything else outside has to adopt this new temperature. It's getting hot in here. Exactly. So forget about TikTok. Because when we remove the thing responsible for the imposter syndrome, right? Which is the going live and all the connotations that you have around going live. Forget about going live for a moment. What if I was already enthusiastic, accomplished, connected to my purpose fully, and sharing my message? When I sit in that, I want people to show up to the live. Make sense? And if you need my help practicing it, schedule your consultation. Or if you just go to the link in the bio, download that free hypnosis audio. If you don't have it already, run through that free hypnosis audio. And it's a part toward the end of that where it have you feel the emotion and release it. Feel the emotion and release it. A lot of times people screw up with affirmations because they doing it like this desperate. I gotta hold it and never let it go. I don't gotta never let it go. I'm the creator of it. It's mine. I can cook it up in an instant. Yeah, grab that out of the bio and start using that daily. Use it every morning. Every morning. And it's gonna start doing something different. And if you're not on the YouTube channel, it's over 600 videos on the YouTube channel, y'all. It's over 600 videos. Cause like a lot of y'all will inbox me and we'll start talking. And you might say, well, hey, I can't, I'm not ready to invest at that level. No excuse. It's over 600 free videos on the YouTube channel. Your only limit is your own imagination. If you can think it, you can do it. If you can feel it, you'll do it on accident. Okay? So figure out what you want. We talk about this thing called the 5 C's. If you're new here, you might have never heard about the 5 C's. If you come here a lot, you're probably tired of hearing about the 5 C's, but I don't care because it's the success formula. I don't care what I'm working. I don't care if it's quit smoking, nail biting. I want to be a better speaker. I want more confidence. I'm afraid of heights. I don't care what the issues is. I'm running through the 5 C's. First is clarity. I can't get what I want until I know what I want. Most people know what they don't want, but they don't know what they would rather have. You got to know what you want. Like going through life not knowing what you want. That's like getting in a taxi and saying, don't take me to the mall. I hate the mall. It's too crowded. It's too many people. It's too expensive. I don't like it. I'm not paying $300 for no one pair of shoes. Can you believe it's $75 for a pair of shoes? I'm not paying that. Don't take me to the... Okay, cool. You don't like the mall. Where do you want to go? Got to answer that. Where do you want to go? Clarity. After we get clarity, we got to calibrate. Calibration is about feeding it to your nervous system. Feeding it to your nervous system. That's where we talk about affirmations. That's where we talk about journaling, scripting. My favorite tool to use for calibration is hypnosis. But it's getting my nervous system to feel like it's familiar. Your subconscious mind pushes things away that are unfamiliar. If you saying, hey, I want more money, but more money is unfamiliar, every time you find yourself in a situation with more money, you're going to shrink, you're going to sabotage, you're going to find a way to screw it up. You got to make the idea of more money familiar to your subconscious mind. That's what we call calibration, exposing yourself to it over and over and over again. Lady in here said a minute ago, just being in this room and hearing this conversation, I'm already starting to feel better. That's because you're being calibrated. We're calibrating you towards what you want. So we keep calibrating until we accidentally hit the 3rd C, which is confidence. Confidence isn't something you force. Confidence is what happens if you just keep calibrating. You get clear about what you want, you start calibrating what you want, and you keep calibrating until you accidentally become confident. And when you're clear, calibrated, and confident, that's what I call the foundation of success. Like, I want to be an amazing speaker. I want to help entrepreneurs all over the world remember who they are. I want to convince people all over the world you can be, do, and have anything you desire. Your only limit is your own imagination. If you could think it, you could do it. If you could feel it, you'll do it on accident. I want to scream that message as loud as I can all around the world. And because I'm clear, calibrated, and confident in that, it doesn't matter if it's 8 people in the room or 8,000 people in the room. I don't give a fuck. Excuse my French. Because when you unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident, you don't feel like it's working unless it's a bunch of people in the room. When you're unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident, if a bunch of people show up, you scared and you shrink anyway. So when there's not enough people, you upset. And when there's too many people, you're still upset. When you're unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident, what's going on out there controls you. But when you're clear, calibrated, and confident, they can get on the news and say, hey, it's a recession going on. You say, I'm not going to no damn recession. Why would my smart, intelligent, creative, skilled self go to? I'm not going to no recession. Now, when you're unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident, you feel like you got to go to the recession because they said it's a recession. When you're clear, calibrated, and confident, your mom can say, well, Jay, I don't know if you can feed your family bill. Mom, I love you, but I'm not calibrated to you. Love you. Like, when you're clear, calibrated, and confident, you can understand that you can love people deeply and still not agree with they think. Don't mean I got to love you no less. I just refuse to calibrate to you. But when you're unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident, you feel like everybody around you got to agree with you or they not even your real friend. When you're unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident, stuff like your friends not sharing your Facebook posts, you get you in your chest. When you're clear, calibrated, and confident, you can give, I don't care. I don't even like working with friends and family. I like working with the people who only know me as a hypnotist. It's too much work to do with people who I grew up with. When did you get in hypnosis? What are we here for? Like, what are we doing? Get clear, get calibrated, get confident. Then step 4 is competence. Step 4 is where we take action. Now, a lot of people think that taking action is step 1. When you unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident and you start taking action, you end up screwing up your confidence because you did all this stuff and you didn't get the result you wanted. But the reason that you didn't get the result you want is not that you're not good enough. It's because you unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident. Imagine if you go to a networking event, but you unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident. So one person asks you what you do, you tell them you're a speaker. Next person asks you what you do, you tell them you're an author. Next person asks you what you do. Well, I'm in entrepreneurship. I do everything. I do a little bit of this. Okay. And you go, man, I've been networking, but it's not working. It's not working because you're unclear, uncalibrated, unconfident. Get clear, calibrated, and confident. Hey, what do you do? Now, I'm a high performance hypnotist. A what? I hypnotize high performers. Tell me more about that. I'm a firm believer that every problem is a thinking problem, man. I don't care if it's a revenue problem, a work-life balance problem, my business going great, but my wife hates me, or my wife loves me, my business is going horrible. If we change the way we think, and we'll accidentally solve all of those problems. That's what I help people do. Bro, you got a card? Absolutely, man. Take 2 or 3. You see the difference between showing up clear, calibrated, and confident versus showing up going, well, I'm a hypnotist. I help people do this and do that. I meet a lot of hypnotists. They shrink when they tell people they're hypnotists because they know there's some negative connotation around. I'm a hypnotist. What you mean you a hypnotist? You a hypnotist or a hypnotist? Because they're not the same thing. Get clear, get calibrated, and get confident. Watch how you accidentally increase your sales. Get clear, get calibrated, get confident. Watch how people start. That's how you become magnetic. Clear, calibrated, and confident. It's not an outfit. It's not a certain car. It's not a certain gesture. It's not having a certain laptop, having a certain MacBook. It's clear, calibrated, and confident. If you clear, calibrated, and confident, you can blow up with an iPhone. You clear, calibrated, and confident, they gonna pull up, they gonna listen, they gonna take you serious. You're a visual artist? Okay, tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. What does that mean? What's up, Kat? How you doing? Welcome to the room. All right, y'all, we're gonna be landing in a little bit. I got a 1:30. It's 1:01 now, so we got about 30 minutes. Well, actually, we got about 20 minutes. I'm meeting this person on Zoom, so I gotta get my lighting and stuff switched over to my laptop. Excuse me. What's going on, Bob? How you doing? What's up? What's up? Yeah, man, if you could think it, you could do it. Every problem is a thinking problem. And I want you to get so busy working on the solution that you forget to work about the problem. I want you to get in the habit of starving your problems. You give the attention that you need to manifest the solution, you're using it to keep the problem alive. Stop focusing on the problem. I worked in different mediums of art, whether it's watercolor, acrylic oil, or just sketching. Okay. For sure, for sure. That's what's up. That's what's up. What's going on, the rich auntie? Hold on, they got me doing this little puzzle thing to make sure I'm on here. What is up? What is up? What is up? What's going on, Silk Flare? Appreciate the heart, me. Appreciate you. So we in the process, like we got the landing gear out. The plane is approaching the runway. Any questions, comments, concerns before we get out of here? Any questions about anything before we get up out of here? I appreciate you guys for kicking it with me, giving me your attention. I honestly believe that your attention is the most valuable thing you can give somebody. Your attention is more valuable than your money. Am I single? I'm not single. I am not. For sure, Silk. I got a crazy person that'll jump through this wall and beat both of us up. No, I'm messing with you. I'm just serious. What's going on, Ali Hall? How you doing? Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. But yeah, man, if you could think it, you could do it. I'm telling you. And I mean it like with every fiber in my being. I can't tell you the amount of text messages that I get on a weekly, but Jay, you're not gonna believe this. If I wasn't using my phone to screen, I would show y'all. Jay, I can't. Jay, you're not gonna believe this. I went a month without vaping. I know. Jay, you're not gonna believe this. Me and my wife are back on kids. I know. Jay, you're not gonna believe this. The revenue in the businesses. I'm doing all the same. I know. Every problem is a thinking problem. When you change your energy, when you change how you show up, when you change the internal, you accidentally come up with the ideas. You accidentally meet the right people. You don't gotta create anything. You just gotta become the version of yourself that can utilize what's already there. I saw a quote not too long ago. I can't remember it verbatim, but it said something to the effect of, it didn't take me 10 years to build a business. It took me 10 years to realize who I was. But once I realized who I was, I built a successful business overnight. It didn't take me 10 years to build a business. It took me 10 years to remember I'm him already. I don't got to get people to agree. I don't need 10,000 people cheering and go. I'm him. And when I sat in it, oh man, it's like it happened almost overnight. What's going on, Chosen? I got a video. I don't know how far back it is. I don't know, 20, 30 videos back. Don't quote me on that. But I was talking about the day that I decided, like, yo, I've invested enough. I got enough credentials. I got enough degrees. I've sacrificed enough. I'm done sacrificing. My abundance starts right now. And when I say it had a immediate effect on my bank account, it had an immediate effect on my calendar. It's had an immediate effect on the rooms I started to get invited into. It had an immediate effect on how I started to stand on stage and how I started to show up. It wasn't more credentials. It wasn't a new relationship. It was me going inside and going, enough is enough. My abundance starts right here, right now. I'm done waiting. My abundance starts right now. And reality said, okay. Reality did. It said, okay. It took me going, not saying it with my mouth. Like a lot of times people, like, you'll say all the right stuff with your mouth, but energetically inside, you're not aligning to what you're saying with your mouth. But when I went inside and said, hey, I need every cell and every fiber to listen up. We're rich now. We're abundant now. We're in high demand right here, right now. Everything said, okay. Okay. And that's what manifesting is about. The Bible talks about you have not because you ask not. What we got to understand is you don't ask with your mouth. You ask with your energy. You ask with your presence. You ask with your this internal knowing. People say anything. It's not about what you say. You can do affirmations without even opening your mouth. It's about what can I conjure up the feeling of success and remain in it, independent of what's going on outside. When you manifesting, you can't base the manifestation on what's going on out there. Out there is always going to take time to catch up. If you plant a seed in the ground, out there is going to take time to catch up. If you put sperm inside of an egg, out there is going to take time to catch up. If you put an acorn in the ground, that's an entire oak tree inside of the acorn, but out there is going to take time to catch up. Stop digging up the seed because it's not here yet. Stop confusing not here yet with not gonna happen. Okay? Stop. I can't tell you how many people then did sessions with me and go, man, I found you on YouTube a year ago. I just had to get my money right. The person that's mentally hired me a year before I ever met them. It's people right now who want to work with you that you ain't never heard of. It's people right now who want to invest in you that you don't even know exist, but they know you exist. Stop switching gears and going to do something else and digging up your seed because it's not here yet. Stop confusing not here yet with not happening. There's a gestation period. Like, you got to understand, it takes a human 9 months to have a baby. It takes an elephant like 18 months to have a baby. But when the elephant walk, the ground shake and like things happen. It's something bigger. So if you manifesting, if you creating, if you praying for something big, something out of the ordinary, something that's not your everyday thing, stop getting discouraged because it's not here yet. It's still cooking. My son was born premature and it was scary. It was very touch and go. I wish we could have kept him in the oven longer. Stop wanting things to be premature. You don't want it to be premature. You want it to come in perfect time. Your job is to control your focus, control your attention, control your energy, control your mood, control your frequency until reality catches up. And if you can sit in it stubbornly, reality has no choice but to align with what's going on in your head. I'm finna get ready to land. So I'm gonna give one more chance for anybody who got any questions. If this your first time kicking it with us and you haven't hit the follow button yet, you should. I'm Coach Jay. I'm a clinically trained hypnotherapist. I coach bosses, man. So if you're interested in working with us, there's a link in my bio. Even if you're not at the point where you're willing to work, where you're ready to work with me one-on-one, if you go on our YouTube channel, it's over 600 videos on there. We upload on TikTok 3, 4, 5 times a day. It's enough free content out there to keep you busy for years. But I love y'all. Ain't nothing to do about it. I'm finna log off. I got a 1:30 to prep for, and I will see y'all later.